Hey everyone, welcome to lesson number 4. Now we are on After Effects. You can see that I have everything set up here on After Effects. I brought all the layers from Illustrator into After Effects and I rearranged everything. You can see that we have, for example, the navigation circle, which is this little dot right here. We have the navigation bar, we have London image, London items, which is this. We have London rectangle, we have the separators, and we have everything else. This is a single image because we're only going to use this part, the Madrid part, and on this part everything is separated, and on this part not everything is separated. You can see that this is a blended layer. So of course, I'm going to share with you this editable file so that you can work on this. But well, all you have to do is to follow my lead so that you can see how do we do to animate this part. So to begin, I want to make this effect. You can see the image of Madrid going in, and then Florence, and then it goes back to the middle on Florence. So this is what we're going to create on this first lesson. So let's create it here. First, I want to take this layer, the base layer, and I'm going to right click on it and click on create shapes from vector layer, and you will have this layer called base outlines, which is basically a duplicate of that base layer but on a shape layer. So turn on the base layer again and select everything but the background and the base outlines, and right click on them and click on pre-compose, and you can call these screens or anything you want. And now take this screens layer and toggle your switch until you can see the track matte, and here click on alpha matte. So what this is going to do is that when we animate anything here inside the screen, because this is the app screen, when we animate anything in here, we're not going to see the edges as we did before. We're not going to see this, but anything that is happening inside of the screen of our app. And besides, we can duplicate these base outlines and go to drop shadow and add a little shadow in here. We can increase the distance, increase the softness, so that we can see something like this. Maybe lower the opacity a little bit, and you will have this effect. Alright, now let's go to the screens, and you can see that we have everything here separated. And what I'm going to do is to first, let's leave only the layer called Madrid and base with the solid bottom so that we can see them only. And what I want to do now is to add the Madrid image on its own, like this, and I can turn this off, and I can make this bigger. It doesn't matter if you have to distort it. And for this, let's change the position, and half a second later we can create another keyframe, make them easy ease, and here we are going to change the position to this point. So we will have this animation. You can see it here. Alright, now when we get here, we can trim this layer like this, and it will disappear. And then we will have the Madrid layer in here. Now it's time to animate the Florence image like this, and here's what we are going to be doing. We're going to click on the position and the scaling and creating keyframes for this. Right at the beginning. Make them all easy ease. And now on this point we can turn off everything else and leave only the Madrid image and the base. On this point I want this picture to be different, to cover all the screen. So I want to fix the scale just like this. And now fix the position. I'm going to drag this scale to this point and add a copy of the first keyframe. And so here it's going to move to the middle of the screen like this. Just like this. And I want this to be farther away so that this image stays like this for half a second too, and you will have this animation. Alright, now let's check everything. We have Madrid here, and then Florence move on, and it gets to this point, which is the first instance. So when we see this, we should be looking at the Madrid and also be looking at all the London related items like this. So that's it for the first animation we get here, and then we are going to animate all the remaining items. Now let's see how it looks on the main screen. Alright, of course we have a little problem here, which is that the London items should be on the bottom. Just like this. We can add some things. For example, on the Madrid image we can add a drop shadow so that when we see the image we can see a little bit of shadow here. Let's fix it. So like this, and we could take the Florence image, the first position. The first position may be here, and the Madrid image, take it higher, just like this. So we will have this effect. Now let's remove a little opacity, and we have this very nice effect. One other thing that we can do is to play around with the opacity of the remaining items. For example, here, maybe the Madrid part, the opacity is on 15, like this, and for the London part, the opacity is also on 15. Let's see how it looks. Alright, much better now. You can see that everything is really clean up until now, and that's the idea, to continue being as clean as possible with the animation, since the user interface is designed as minimalistic as possible. Also, the animation should be really simple, not add so many stuff to the animation, because it will play against our goal, against what we want to do for the app. So try to keep it really simple. Alright, that's it for this first animation. Now it's time to move on to the next lesson.